The brochure lay open on the kitchen table like a promise. Sun-drenched beaches, crystal blue water, a private hillside villa with infinity pools and white curtains billowing in the breeze, the kind of place influencers pretended they stumbled upon by accident. "Look at this one," my husband Marcus said cheerfully, sliding his finger across the glossy page. "Just us. No phones, no stress. A reset." I smiled because that's what wives do when their husbands finally look happy again. After months of late nights, unexplained trips, and a distance that had crept between us like fog, this felt like hope. A family vacation. Our daughter Lily, 10 years old, sat at the counter pretending to do homework while listening to every word. "Where is it?" I asked. "An island resort, private ferry access, no crowds." Marcus leaned down and kissed my temple. "I booked it already, 2 weeks from now." I laughed softly. "You didn't even ask me. I wanted it to be a surprise." That should have been my first warning. Lily didn't smile. She didn't look up. Her pencil stopped moving. That night, after Marcus went to bed early, another new habit, I tucked Lily in. She lay stiff under the covers, eyes wide open. "Excited about the trip?" I asked lightly. She shook her head. "I don't want to go." I sat on the edge of the bed. "Honey, it's a vacation. Beach, swimming, ice cream for breakfast." Her lip trembled. "It's a trap." The word hit me harder than it should have. "What do you mean?" I asked, keeping my voice calm. She turned toward me, her face pale in the glow of the nightlight. "Daddy doesn't want us to come back." I laughed, too fast, too loud. "That's not funny." "I'm not joking," she said. "I heard him." My stomach tightened. "Heard him where?" "In the garage, 2 nights ago. He was on the phone. He said, 'Once we're there, it'll be clean, no loose ends.'" I brushed her hair back. "Adults say weird things about work." She grabbed my wrist. "He said our names, Mom." I froze. "He said, 'They'll never find them here.'" I pulled my hand away gently and stood up. "You had a nightmare. Get some sleep." She started crying, not loudly, just silent tears sliding into her hair. "Please, please don't make me go." I didn't sleep that night. I lay beside Marcus listening to his breathing, replaying Lily's words over and over. "No loose ends. They'll never find them here." By morning, I'd convinced myself it was coincidence. Marcus had always been meticulous, careful, a planner. Maybe Lily misunderstood. Still, I started noticing things. Marcus insisted on paying cash for everything related to the trip. He discouraged me from telling friends. "Let's keep it just ours." He asked me to update my will, just responsible adult stuff. When I questioned him, he smiled, always smiling. "You worry too much," he said. The week before we were set to leave, Lily stopped eating. She flinched whenever Marcus touched her shoulder. One night, I found her packing a small backpack. "What are you doing?" I asked. "In case I have to run." My heart cracked. I checked Marcus's laptop the next day while he showered. I wasn't proud of it, but fear has a way of erasing pride. I found emails, encrypted threads, a folder titled Exit Plan. Inside were scanned passports, offshore bank account numbers, and something that made my vision blur. A life insurance policy. Mine, Lily's, with Marcus as the sole beneficiary. My hands shook as I closed the laptop. That night, I confronted him. "Why did you take out insurance on us?" I asked quietly. He didn't hesitate. "Protection." "For who?" "For me," he said, then laughed. "You're being dramatic." I watched him carefully. The way his eyes stayed cold even as his mouth smiled. That was the moment I believed my daughter. I didn't confront him again. Instead, I started preparing. I copied files, took photos, sent documents to a cloud account Marcus didn't know about. I contacted an old college friend who worked in financial crimes, and I pretended everything was normal. The day of the trip arrived. At the airport, Marcus was cheerful, too cheerful. Lily clung to my hand so tightly my fingers went numb. "You still don't want to go?" Marcus teased her. She didn't answer. On the ferry to the island, there was no cell service. The water was calm, too calm. Marcus leaned close to me. "This is where everything gets better." Lily whispered, "Mom, don't drink anything he gives you." I swallowed hard. At the villa, Marcus poured champagne. I pretended to sip. That night, after Lily fell asleep between us, refusing to sleep alone, I felt Marcus shift beside me. He slipped out of bed. I waited. Minutes passed. I heard drawers opening, zippers. I quietly followed him. In the kitchen, I saw him holding a syringe. My blood went cold. "What's that?" I asked. He turned slowly. For a second, the mask dropped. Then he smiled. "Sleep aid. You've been both stressed." I ran. I grabbed Lily and bolted out the back door into the jungle behind the villa. Branches tore at my arms as we ran barefoot, Lily sobbing silently. Behind us, Marcus shouted my name, not angry, not panicked, annoyed. We hid for hours until dawn, until we heard boats, authorities. My friend had acted fast. Marcus was arrested trying to leave the island with false documents and a new identity. He never denied it. At trial, he said calmly, "It was logical." Logical. Lily saved our lives. We didn't go back home after that. We started over somewhere quiet. She still hates vacations, still checks locks twice. But sometimes when she laughs, I see the child she almost lost. And I know one thing for sure. When a child says it's a trap,